So we moved from the WWE door to the AEW door. A very different workplace, but cracks have begun to show.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the AEW debuts.
Right, there's been a few.
First of all, we'll move into the cracks briefly for the debuts. So, yeah, there have been a few. Do you want to sort of list off some of the names that obviously are now confirmed?
Well, I think the main one, because there's a new group faction starting off, is Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, Kyle O'Reilly, which wasn't really surprising.
No, but like I said at the time, there was a possibility he could have stayed because they did something, a way of him coming back on TV, but no, he's with should we call him Undisputed Era?
So he's jumped back in to the fold with Adam Cole and Bobby Fish. I do really like the fact that they are playing on the fact that they left it on bad terms in NXT, kayfabe wise, with their storyline with each other. I like that they've carried that over. I think that's where, you're one of those, because you always say you don't like how much they reference WWE on the product.
I don't mind it, but if they do it too much.
Doing it too much, I think I do agree with that. There are points in time where I think it works quite well. I think it's working well with the MJF Punk stuff. Although there's a lot of references in there at the moment, but I do like that. I do like what they're doing with it. But you're right, sometimes it's a bit too much. I think in this instance, though, it's not that they're bashing WWE. I think that's quite respectful. Because it's taken a storyline that happened there and, they're acknowledging it, but of course they've got to do their own thing. But you talk about the name, I mean, we joked about, Undisputed Elite at one point and everything like that. I like that this story is building the way that it is. And no doubt down the line we're going to have those three taking on the Elite, Omega and the Bucks. And that will be a hell of a match.
Yeah, but the problem is that it had to be Omega's return, which will probably be... if they do it at Revolution, fine, but...
I still want to see this build longer.
Yeah, I feel that's why...
Kenny on television.
And the Young Bucks weren't on last week because they had COVID. So,
well, Matt had COVID, didn't he? Or he came into contact with someone.
He did, but I think both of them couldn't show up.
Right. Same as Cody, came into contact with somebody with COVID, so couldn't be there. That was the reason he was off. But we'll come to Cody later. We've got a whole segment for him. You can't call him that. But yeah, the name that's been thrown around at the moment, I don't know if you've seen this. Have you seen what the rumoured name is?
No, because there's points where you just go, I don't care what they get called. They either do an Undisputed Era type name or do a Red Dragon type name. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, so Red Dragon is legit. They're going with that because they've got the music back as well.
Yeah.
And they're wearing the Red Dragon tees. But the name that's been rumoured, and quite heavily rumoured, is Paragon, or the Paragon. Kyle O'Reilly used it in a promo, and somebody had seen that they are filing for a trademark of the Paragon, and there was a logo as well. Mm-hmm. So it looks quite likely that maybe that's what they're going to go with.
All right, fair enough. Did they promise to go where they go, Paragon?
Paragon. But we'll see if that's what they...
I was going to say, is that a shape?
It's a Paragon. I think Paragon means to be the best of something, isn't it? Like you're the paragon of something. You're the apex of something.
It's a good name.
Yeah, you seem convinced.
I don't like I say it doesn't matter what names you use.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Like when Cody Rhodes became Cody Rhodes again, wasn't Cody? Like, who cares? Really?
Well, it was a bit different because it felt like that was his kind of right to have that name.
Does anyone go to say? Does anyone go when someone debuts in a new company after being in WWE for so long? Go, I can't wait for his name, because you know what his name will probably be, because it was probably back to his name as it was before.
Yeah, but we've seen that's not been the case for everybody though. Now, I mean, Malachi Black,
right?
Ruby Soho.
Right.
Bryan Danielson's a bit different because, I mean, that's his real name. Who's the most recent one? I saw it on a shirt. Oh, man. I think I saw it because It's new on Pro Wrestling Tees, and he's changed just one of the names. What the hell was it?
What, someone new debuted, or?
I don't think they've debuted anywhere yet. It's oh my goodness, who was it?
I don't know. There's a lot.
God damn it, I can't remember. That's so frustrating. But yeah, I've seen that. They've done again. It's a variation of the name. They've kept like half of the WWE brand of it and then put their own. I can't remember what it was. I'll have to try and find that again. But yeah, back to the point. Yeah, the name itself is one of those. It just takes getting used to. Like, we got used to the Undisputed Era from a WWE product, and in all honesty, it was a good faction. It was a good group with a lot of good matches and memories from NXT. So
yeah,
it's always harder, I think, to undergo a name change like that when you've already got so many fond memories of it. But you have to. It's a WWE licensed trademark, so you can't use it. Regardless of what they call themselves, it doesn't overly matter. Like you say, you'll get used to it. Once it becomes the norm, you get used to it. I think a case in point against that is probably War Raiders. That obviously didn't go very well, and that was quite bad. But
they were War Machine in Ring of Honor, weren't they?
War Machine, and then the name change to WWE then to War Raiders, I think, was accepted. But again, you trust the NXT process back then more.
Yeah.
To do right by the guys coming through, by and large. But then, it was the whole Viking experience, and oh my goodness,
Viking Raiders.
Well, Viking Raiders was better than what it was, but
then they called the tag finisher the Viking experience.
They might have done, they may have done. But name changes. It's got to happen. You got to give it something. But a really, really good debut. But again, another one most recently from this week. So I haven't watched Dynamite this week yet, but I know the debut. But you see who it was?
Brody King.
I think people called that one as well.
Oh yeah, it's been coming for a while since it was announced that he was bringing someone in, Malachi. And he's PWG Tag Champions together, so that kind of makes sense.
Oh, it makes total sense, and it's awesome to see him. But
it's kind of like a big brother, little brother, the way they're put together. If you put them together, you think they are related.
3 men. 1 ball. I did it.